Oh, my, no. Yeah. Yeah.
This is a production of MidPennBroadcasting.com, where over 70 local sporting events a year stream live to your PC, laptop, phone, and tablet.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to War Memorial Field in Steelton. This afternoon, a battle of two unbeaten teams, the Steel High Steamrollers and the Camp Hill Lions. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gary Klein, and today's game on Mid-Penn Broadcasting is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. For the Steamrollers, they are coming off of a huge victory 1 week ago here over Trinity, and it was quite an afternoon for homecoming here at Steel High. A 77-0 win last week for Steel High, and Alex Irby. Alex is the freshman quarterback, and he threw for 8 touchdowns. He was responsible for 8 touchdowns, throwing for 7 of those TDs, and ran for another as part of a 396-yard game through the air. And Makai Flowers, who's the class of 2022, the 4-star wide receiver, had 7 catches for 165 yards and 4 touchdowns against Trinity. And, quite an afternoon for Steel High, as well as Irby and Flowers. And by the way, Flowers is taking his recruiting slow right now, focusing on the season. He plans to drop that top 10 list on November the 3rd. So Flowers, Makai Flowers, heavily recruited all around the country, and he's going to let us know the top 10 schools on November the 3rd. The Steamrollers come into today's game with a record of 3 wins and no losses on the season. Steel High has come up with victories over Upper Dauphin, and then Middletown, they won 43-21. That Upper Dauphin victory was 51-6. And then the win here last Saturday afternoon against Trinity by a score of 77-0. And Steel High currently ranked at the number 2 spot, 3-0. They are behind DeLone Catholic, who is 5-0. DeLone started their season a week earlier, being a York Adams County League team. They started a week ahead of the Mid-Penn Conference, and they've gone undefeated at 4-0, and Steel High at 3-0 in the PIAA District 3 Class A. So it's going to be Steel High and DeLone Catholic in the playoffs. 1 or 2 will determine who will host the game on October the 30th. The other 2 for Class A schools, Fairfield 1-3 and Halifax at 0-2. For Camp Hill, and we will, Camp Hill is 2-0. They are currently the number 1 ranked team in AA, and we will come back and talk about Camp Hill and have more on today's pregame show on midpenbroadcasting.com. And today's game is brought to you by the Lawrence Club, the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton on Mid-Penn Broadcasting.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh,
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Pennsylvania who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play. And you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Welcome back, everyone, to Steele High School as we are approaching kickoff, about 10 minutes away from kickoff this afternoon here in Steelton. For Camp Hill, we mentioned they are 2-0. They have not played in a game since October the 2nd. They had to have their game canceled 1 week ago because of some positive COVID test. So they have only got 2 games under their belt this year, and that was a 35-28 win over Line Mountain and a 28-14 win over Big Spring. Very small roster for Camp Hill, as you will see at a lot of the A and AA schools, but Camp Hill especially with 27, just 27 players on their roster. They currently, as we mentioned, comes in with a record of 2 wins and no losses. And today playing here on the road at Steele High. And Camp Hill, it's been, they are coached for the 4th year by Tim Bigelow. He is 8-22 overall as head coach coming into this season through his first 3 seasons. And 2 more victories, 10-22 to date. Camp Hill's 2A school. They compete in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. And last season finished the record at 3-7 and 2-5 in divisional play. They are led by quarterback Daniel Schuster, as Schuster a year ago passed for 2,077 yards and 17 touchdowns. Also returning is Peter Schellep, who was the leading rusher, 51 attempts. 143 yards, averaging 2.8 yards per carry, and 3 touchdowns. And Christian Doya averaging 3.9 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. Peter Schelap also the leader in receiving for Camp Hill, 16 catches, 217 yards, and 1 touchdown a year ago. Small, agile, and versatile is maybe a way to describe Camp Hill. They do have the veteran quarterback, Daniel Schuster, and their offensive line is deep. They have a lot of positional versatility, including at fullback, and speed to spare at several positions. Speed is one of the best we've had in a long time, according to head coach Bigelow. And that we'll see how well Camp Hill can compete in that Capital Division this year. Middletown is still the division's favorite, and they'll be a tough one to upset. And also the arrival of Big Spring and the Liberty Division crossover matches against Line Mountain and Upper Dolphin. were new challenges this year for this Camp Hill team, and they met the first one with a 35-28 victory over Line Mountain. Steel High, as we mentioned, coming into today's game with a 3-0 overall record. They are 2-0, and the Steel High is 2-0 in the Mid-Penn Capital Division. We'll be coming back with more of our pregame show, but no, let's just keep it right here as we have the Steel High marching band performing our national anthem. We are approaching kickoff today here at Steel High, and we will be coming back with more of our pregame show and also the opening kickoff. And today's game is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer: men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Pennsylvania. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
We are just about ready for football here at War Memorial Field in Steelton, as Steelton getting set to play Camp Hill, and ready to kick it off is Fisher, and it was an onside kick, and Steel High jumped right on it near midfield. Tayon Bratton with the recovery.
It'll be 1st and 10, Steamrollers from their own 49-yard line.
So here come the Steamrollers, 1st and 10, near midfield. They get to start on the short field at their own 49-yard line. And there is the handoff, and right up the middle, 40, 30, 20, 10, breaking a tackle into the end zone on the first play. Odell Green runs it 51 yards. 51 yards for Odell Green right out of the box. And it is a 6-0 Steel High lead, just to that quick. One play from scrimmage. And now we'll get the extra point attempt from the Rollers. It looks good, and it is good. And just like that, Steel High takes a 7-0 lead. We are 13 seconds into the game, and the Rollers already rolling in this one by a score of 7-0. So Steel High will get set to kick off too. Camp Hill, after the opening touchdown, 51 yards on the TD. At 11:47 of the first quarter. So the Steamrollers ready to kick it away here. And here we go. The kick is going to be taken back at the 15-yard line. 20 trying to get outside and getting up to about the 30-yard line. And it was number 8, Christian Doya, on the return.
It'll be first and 10, Camp Hill from their own 28-yard line.
Camp Hill will start at their own 28-yard line. Their own 28 is where they start on their first possession. And quarterback Schuster, he will drop back. And going to the air on his first pass, and it is incomplete.
Boys pass intended for number 12, Cam Oaks, is incomplete. That'll bring up both second down and 10.
It was Cam Oaks whom he intended the pass for. Now we're looking at a second down and 10 yards to go. Second and 10. And there is the handoff and trying to get up the middle and picking up just maybe a yard or back very close to the line of scrimmage. Just a yard. It'll be second down and 9 yards to go. Second and 9. And Schuster will drop back, going to the air, and he overthrows the pass. So a third down, third and 9. So Schuster, and he's going to kick it away. And it's going to be up to the 38-yard line.
Schuster's kicks out of bounds at the 42-yard line, where it'll be.
Or they're going to say it went out of bounds at the 42. So the Steamrollers will go to work. First down, 10 yards to go. It only took the Rollers one play from scrimmage to get on the board on their first possession, and there is a handoff looking for a hole around to the left. Flags coming, and tackled at the 40-yard line. It was Makai Flowers on the end around, but there is a flag down at the 40-yard line. And they're marching it back. This is going to be against Steel High. Back to the 31-yard line, 10-yard penalty. Bring up a 1st and 20 for Steel High. And we get a whistle. Now they're, wait a minute. Now they're marching the ball back 5 yards. So what they're saying basically here is it's a 36-yard line. And there's the pass from Irby to the outside, trying to break around to the left. And on his feet, 50-yard line, 40-yard line, and all the way down to the 35-yard line. That is Tyrone Moore on the carry with a flag on the play. And this one appears to be coming back. And yes, it is. It's going to be on the rollers.
Beverly against the Steamrollers, moves the ball back to the 30-yard line.
So the ball goes back to the 30.
1st and 22.
And now add attack another 10 yards on there. So, yeah, it's 1st down and 22 yards to go here for the Rollers. As Irby, the quarterback, drops back, the left-hander throws. He has it out and has it completed to Flowers. He's out of bounds at the 47-yard line. Or, excuse me, that was Tyrone Moore on the receiving end.
Number 21, Peter Tuat.
It got some of the yardage back.
Ball on the 48 brings up a 2nd down and 4.
Most of it, 2nd and 4. And there is the handoff now reversing field and getting knocked down right at the 45-yard line.
Number 2, Damian Hammonds with the ball.
Damian Hammonds was the ball carrier.
Loss of 2.
Lost 2.
6. 3rd and 6.
So it's 3rd down and 6 yards to go. 3rd and 6. And now we have flags again. And this one's going against the Lions. 7-0 Steel High if you're just joining us.
That penalty puts the ball on the 49, 3rd and 1.
9:28 as we look into the sunshine here at Steelton, and the handoff, and that is going to be 1st down yardage to the 45, but hold on just a minute. We have still another flag. It's going against the Rollers.
Motion against the Steamrollers.
So, yes, motion will bring it back to the 45-yard line.
Back to the 46, 3rd and 6 for the Steamrollers.
So now we'll try it again on 3rd and 6. And motion going to the right. And Irby steps back, gets the pass off, and he has it complete. Breaking a tackle down to the 40, 35, 30 down the sidelines and brought out of bounds inside the 20-yard line.
Irby's pass
Mackay Flowers on the receiving end.
Ball is on the 20-yard line.
So it is going to be the spot of the football on the 20-yard line for the Rollers. Again, they hand the football off, and carrying Camp Hill defenders with him is Odell Green.
Stop made by number 8, Christian Doyle.
And this is Irby quickly back again. He's got a pass off headed for the corner of the end zone down near the pylons. Not going to make it, going to be short.
Irby's pass is complete to number 9, Mackay.
It was Flowers, and Mackay just came up short of the end zone. 1 yard line is where the spot of the football comes. A first and goal from the 1 for the Rollers. Now it looks like we are moving the ball back, a penalty. Been a lot of laundry here in the first quarter on the field.
That penalty against the Steamrollers moves the ball back to the 16.
So it's a 15-yard penalty, and it'll be second and goal from that 16-yard line. And this is Odell Green up the middle and into the end zone for a touchdown. Okay, the ball. The ball was dropped, so it's not in for the score. It was dropped. I thought it was after he crossed the plane, but no. And again, they fall short. And another flag. And this is again against the Rollers. And it'll move it back. Seven 0 the Steel High lead. And it'll be a fourth and goal at the 5-yard line. Camp Hill trying to come up with the big stop here. And this is Irby going to the end zone. It's in for the touchdown. And Flowers on the receiving end. And it is 13-0. The ball, a 6-yard TD pass to Flowers. And here comes the extra point attempt. It is up and it is good. So the Steel High Steamrollers increase their lead here to 14-0 with 7:20 to go here in the first quarter. That was a 6-yard touchdown pass to Flowers. And a extra point attempt makes it 14-0. And that comes at the 7:20 mark. Steel High has scored on both of their possessions here in the first quarter. And here is the kick. It's coming and taken back at about the 18-yard line. And the Rollers get it up to about the 40, where the return man is knocked out of bounds. So the Rollers go to work now, 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Camp Hill from their own 36-yard line.
36-yard line is where the spot of the football comes. And there is the handoff and getting a few yards. And we'll see where the spot of the football comes. Spot stopped not far over the line of scrimmage.
Number 21, Peter Shalap on the carry.
It was Shalap on the carry. Looks like they gave him 2 yards. So it'll be a 2nd down and 8. And that's Shalap with quarterback Schuster in the backfield. Schuster will drop back, put it in the air, and oh, what a catch at the 35-30. It's off to the races and into the end zone for a touchdown for Camp Hill. And it was completed to Cam Oaks. And what a thing of beauty, and what a great catch there from Oaks. As you saw, he stuck his hand up and just came down with the football. A 62-yard touchdown pass, and Oaks was off to the races. And now we get the extra point attempt from Schuster, and that kick is up, and it is good. And Camp Hill has sliced the lead in half. And now with the, for Camp Hill, 62-yard TD pass to from Schuster to Oaks. Cam Oaks, a 6'1", 165-pound junior. And wow, we've had some fireworks early on today here. (14-7), our score. And we are at the 6:20 mark of the first quarter. As the Rollers get set to kick it off. But Oaks, he was out in the open and all that space, and once he caught the football, it was all over. 14-7 our score, and there's a kick that is going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, and that's where the Rollers will go to work. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 35. And the ball apparently was over on the far side, a fumble that was recovered by Camp Hill. So Camp Hill will have the ball back at the 36-yard line on the Steel High fumble. So here we go. And it's Schuster once again at the 36-yard line. And he drops back, has the pass off, and has it completed close to first down yardage. And once again, he hit Cam Oaks. And it is first down, enough for the first down. So the touchdown, the turnover, and now the pass to Oaks. And the Lions are in business once again at the 26-yard line. And quarterback standing back at about the 30, dropping back. He has it off and incomplete. Attempted diving catch there for the for Kristen Doy. So it'll be a 2nd down and 10 for the Lions as they have the ball at the Rollers' 26-yard line, trying to take advantage of the Steel High turnover. And quarterback back pumps once over the middle, and it is incomplete. Intended again for Oaks. And that's going to bring up a third down.
3rd and 10 from the 26.
So it's 3rd and 10 for the Lions. And Schuster drops back, has it over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. Steel High got a hand on it, almost tipped it into Oaks' hands, and then it falls incomplete. Tyrone Moore broke up the pass for the Rollers. It'll be a 4th down. This is 4-down territory. And here, quarterback in trouble, and big trouble, and he's going to be sacked at the 40-yard line. Schuster all the way back to the 40.
Number 75, Kyler Ray Williams.
So it was Kyler Ray Williams, number 75, who led the charge for the Rollers on that one.
1st and 10, Steamrollers.
So it'll be a 1st down and 10 yards to go. Another short field for Steel High. And we have a flag. So it is a false start against the Rollers. They have been plagued by the penalties in the early going here today, as they have a rash of penalties coming down close to the 5-minute mark in the first quarter. And this is up the middle, and a lot of room up to the 45-yard line. And it's Odell Green with the carry. Christian Doy with the stop.
Ball on the 44.
And here is the handoff again, and Green is going to, well, he hasn't been down yet. The Lions unable to do that, and he is going to finally be down at about the 40-yard line. So back-to-back runs by Odell Green has the Rollers in business here with a 1st and 10. 42-yard line at Camp Hill. 58 yards away from pay dirt for the Rollers, and there's some motion going to the right. Irby will drop back, and he's going long, and the pass is going to be incomplete. It looked like it was intended for Hammonds, incomplete. Damian Hammonds, the intended receiver, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 10 yards to go. 2nd and 10. Broken up nicely by Camp Hill. And there is the handoff. This is Flowers around to the left. It has some room and eludes another tackler, and it's going to be knocked out of bounds over on the far side at about the 25-yard line. So Mekhi Flowers on the end around gives the Rollers another 1st down.
1st and 10, Steamrollers from the Camp Hill 23.
So here is the long count, and now the handoff. Odell Green, couple of moves, gets up over the 20, to about the 18, 19-yard line.
Number 4, Odell Green.
It will bring up a second down for Steel High.
Ball on the 17, brings up a
At
second
17-yard line is where the spot of the football comes. They got half of that on the first down, 5 yards. A little quick pass is off, and I think it fell incomplete.
Flag on play.
But a flag.
Ineligible receiver downfield.
Okay, it was an ineligible receiver downfield for the Rollers.
Second and 10 from the 28.
And there is the quick handoff to Green. And
23, correction.
and they get up to about the 22-yard line. So this will bring up third down.
From the 20.
20-yard line is where the spot of the football comes. That's quarterback Irby on your screen. Odell Green to the left of him, and Irby is back, rolling, throws deep, and the pass is going to be broken up near the goal line by Camp Hill. Lions had that well covered, so it'll be a third down.
That'll bring up a fourth down and 8.
So, yeah, fourth down and 8. 4th and 8. 25-yard line. And the Rollers are going to go for it here on 4th and 8. And here is Irby. He has it off, and he has it completed. And getting down inside the 20 to the 15-yard line is Odell Green. But it's going to be short of the first down. And I'll turn the ball over on downs. Camp Hill will have a long field in front of them. They'll start 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Today's live stream on Mid-Penn Broadcasting brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. 2 undefeated teams going at it here this afternoon at War Memorial Field. We're in Steel High right now with a 14-7 lead in the first quarter against the Lions. And there comes the handoff, and getting a couple of yards up over the 15 to about the 17-yard line is Grant Besa, who had the carry, but another penalty flag. I've lost track of the number of flags we've had in this first quarter, but geez, we've seen that yellow on the field since the opening kickoff. And this one, I believe, is going to go against Camp Hill. Down to 2:42 here in the first quarter. And back is Schuster, and his pass is off. It's going to be incomplete at the 10-yard line.
Schuster's pass intended for number 8, Christian Doy, is incomplete.
It's intended for Doy and incomplete.
Second and 18 from the 7.
So back at the 7-yard line, it's second down and 19 yards to go. Schuster at quarterback, and he drops back, and he is going deep, and the pass is going to be complete all the way to the 40-yard line of the Rollers.
Schuster's pass complete to number 12, Cam Oaks.
And that is Oaks once again on the receiving end, Cam Oaks. And the long pass play has the Lions in business. 44-yard line. And what a huge play that was. And here's Schuster out of the shotgun. And Schuster will drop back, get a quick pass over the middle. And it is going to be incomplete, knocked away. So that'll bring up a second down and 10 yards to go. A minute 20 here in the first quarter. Sun directly overhead, and we're looking directly into that sun. That's going to be a penalty, an ineligible receiver for the Camp Hill Lions. Now they're moving it back. So it looks like it's going to be a second down and 10.
Second and 10 from the 44.
Apparently Steel High declined there, the penalty. Instead took the loss of down. And quarterback Schuster is back up, and he overthrows it as it was intended there for Patrick Becker. But some good coverage from the Steamrollers, Duriel Caesar.
Schuster's pass intended for number 6, Patrick Becker, is incomplete. Bring up a third down and 10.
So it's now third down and 10 for the Camp Hill Lions. They trail Steel High 14-7. And Schuster is back, going long again, and he's got it completed and into the end zone for a touchdown. Another long touchdown. 44 yards.
Number 8, Christian Doy into the end zone.
It was Christian Doy on the receiving end. And Camp Hill is 1 point away from tying this thing up. And the snap and the kick up by Schuster. It is good.
Schuster's point out.
And we have a tie ball game
Your score.
with just over a minute remaining in the first quarter. It's Camp Hill 14, Steel High 14. And today's game is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton on midpennbroadcasting.com and the sportspage.blog.
When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Quite an offensive display here at Steel High this afternoon. And Schuster will kick the football off. They just threw that 44-yard touchdown pass to Doy. And the ball is taken by Steel High and returned up to the 34-yard line. And so the Steel High will go to work, and there comes the handoff around to the left. And Flowers on the end of round will get up to the 35-yard line. And that's going to be a second down and 6 yards to go. Odell Green in the backfield with Irby, and there's the flag. I believe this time the Lions are the guilty party as they move too quickly. 37 seconds remaining to be played here in the first quarter. So here we go, and there's the handoff, and up over the 40 to the 45-yard line is Odell Green.
He's up to the 46.
And that's up to the 46-yard line. Steelers' own 46. Second down, 3 yards to go, and that is the end of the first quarter here at Steel High. We are tied. Rollers 14, Lions 14. Today's game on Mid-Penn Broadcasting is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Pennsylvania. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
We are in a 14-14 tie after one quarter, and if the rest of the afternoon is any indication of this first quarter, we are going to be in for quite a display of offense here. And around to the left on the end around, this is Flowers. He stops, and this time Camp Hill reads it and knocks him down back at the 43-yard line. Camp Hill had it shut off, and Flowers had nowhere to go, could not find the hole. So it will be a second down now for the Rollers.
Ball on the 44 brings up a third down and 5.
Excuse me, a third down. And Irby will get the ball out, complete to Flowers. And again, Flowers without running room, but he does get up to the 50, very close to, and it is a first down for Flowers. Exactly what they were looking for.
Into line territory at the 49.
As Steel High gets into Camp Hill territory, empty backfield, and Irby gets the pass up, and it's incomplete, and I believe it was deflected. It looked like it at the line.
Pass deflected.
Yes. Just over midfield at the 49-yard line,
From the 49.
where it will be a second down and 10 yards to go from that spot. Second and 10. Irby and Green right with him, now to Irby's right, as the Rollers go left to right. And here is the handoff, and Green tries to find a hole and gets out of bounds at the 40-yard line.
Number 4, Odell Green on the carry.
And that will move the sticks. A first down for the Rollers. 39-yard line is where they spot the football. And it is a Rollers first down. And it's Alex Irby in the backfield alongside of Odell Green. And there's the screen pass out and completed. And it's going to be a first down, and carrying defenders with him is Flowers inside the 25 to the 24. So a nice run and extra yardage from Flowers. It's all the way down to the Camp Hill 24-yard line. And Odell Green gets the call. Green gets it up the middle and up to the 15-yard line. Couple of yards shy of first down yardage. It'll be a second down and about 2 yards to go for the Rollers. Or make it 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4 with this spot. And there is the handoff again. Odell Green is breaking through tacklers and into the end zone. So it is a steamroller touchdown from 17 yards out. So that's the way the second quarter starts. Odell Green at the 11:01 mark, 17-yard run. And the extra point attempt is up, and it's good. So Steel High takes the lead at 21-14. I looked away. Apparently the point was no good. It's 20-14. So the extra point is missed. Or no, it was a timeout. Okay. And it looks like we're coming back out now to attempt that extra point. Okay. And no, Irby is back, and he's going to throw it for the two-pointer. So the two-point conversion is good. It's 22-14. So 22-14 is the score.
Pass is complete. Number 5,
Tyrone Moore on that two-point conversion.
Your score, Camp Hill 14, Steel High 22.
So, just like they did in the first quarter, Steel High on the board first at the 11:01 mark. And now the Rollers will kick the football off to Camp Hill. And back it comes just inside the 10-yard line, up to the 20, and getting up to about the 23-yard line on the return. It's Peter Shalep with the return, and More laundry on the field, as the PA announcer said. And the Steamrollers called for another penalty. Apparently came. And a big one here. They're going to march it all the way up to the 39-yard line. 22-14 is the Steel High lead.
That penalty advances the ball to the 39.
So the 39, it's first down, 10 yards to go for the Lions. And they are at their own 39-yard line. And quarterback Schuster with Shalip behind him, and he'll hand the football off and getting up over the 40 to the 41-yard line. It's Peter Shalip. Good first down run of a few yards.
Lions out to the 41, brings up a second down and 8.
Couple of yards on the play, 2nd and 8. And there once again is the fake handoff, and quarterback in a heap of trouble and puts it up. And it is completed. It bounced off of a roller and completed out to the 45-yard line. That was a desperation throw. And Christian Doy ended up with the football.
Move into Steamroller territory at the 36-yard line.
So it's 36-yard line for Camp Hill. Wow. Anything could happen. You know, Schuster just threw it up for grabs, and it bounced around. And when it was all said and done, Doy came down with it, and a big gator for the Lions. And we will be taking a break. Today's game, a timeout for Camp Hill. Today's game on Mid-Penn Broadcasting brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. 22-14, second quarter. The Rollers with the lead on Mid-Penn Broadcasting.
Governor Wolf's executive order, all sports.
You walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania. Who do you meet? Answer: men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question: so where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer: high school sports.
And here we go. And once again, Schuster putting it up, and it is going to be incomplete.
Mask up, social distance, be smart.
So it'll be a second down and 10 yards to go. 2nd and 10. (22-14) Steel High. And we got about 10 minutes, 50 seconds to go here till halftime. And this will be Schuster, and he's in trouble, and he's going to get sacked for the loss. Back to the 45-yard line.
Schuster dropped his own backfield by number 75, Kyler Ray Williams, along with number 50.
And number 75 leading the charge, Kyler Ray Williams. For the Steamrollers.
Brings up a third down and 17.
So it's 3rd and 17 here for Camp Hill. 3rd and 17. And the empty backfield, and the pass is up, and it's going to be intercepted by the Rollers. Pass intercepted.
Schuster's pass intercepted by number 9, Makai Flowers.
Makai Flowers with the interception. as Flowers comes up big on defense. He was right there and stepped in front of the defender, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Rollers from the 25. And there's Odell Green on the carry, and he gets it up to the 45-yard line. So a big first down run from Odell Green. There is the handoff again. Green, as he fights his way to, and he shuffles the ball off to Flowers, and Flowers will get down to the 25-yard line as Green was going down. And just about the time he went down, the lateral to Flowers, and he took it the rest of the way down the field to the 27-yard line. Irby, and he'll give it to Odell Green, who is trying to find a hole, trying to get outside, but is going to be knocked down for a loss back at the 32-yard line. And it looks like a loss of about 5 yards on the play. And the Lions have called a timeout. So with 9:17 to go here in the first half, our score is Steel High 22 and Camp Hill 14. And today's live stream on Mid-Penn Broadcasting made possible by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. And here we go, and Irby back again, a flag on the play, and the pass going down, headed for the end zone. It is completed for a touchdown way down in the corner, but the flag came right before the quarterback threw it. Right before Irby put it in the air, came down in the backfield of Steel High.
Penalty against the Steamrollers.
And it is against the Steamrollers, so that is all for naught. As we'll take it back. Not sure what the penalty count is today. We've
Illegal motion against the Steamroller.
yeah, exactly. It's got to be.
And moves
Yes.
the ball back to
But
the
geez, here we go again. All the way back to the 41-yard line. And this is Irby dropping back. Irby will get the screen out to Flowers on the right sideline, but no gain on the play. 2nd and long.
ball on the 47.
The ball's on the 47. The Lions 47. You have to get all the way up to the 17-yard line.
3rd and 27.
And they're going to call it now 3rd and 27. 3rd and 27. And that's a very low snap, but Irby able to pick it off his shoe tops, and now he's going to keep it and throws on the run. The pass is going to be incomplete right through the fingers or hands of Odell Green. The pass was high. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And apparent
Steamrollers back to punt.
And there is the punt coming up from the 40-yard line. End over end kick. It bounces but takes a Lions roll. Finally down by the Steamrollers at the 25-yard line. So Camp Hill will go to work, trailing in this ball game 22-14. So Camp Hill will have a first down, 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line. And what has been a very entertaining game here at War Memorial Field today on this beautiful fall afternoon. And there's the snap, and it's up, and the pass is going to be completed. Or is it incomplete? Incomplete.
Schuster's pass intended for number 6, Patrick Becker, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
It's a second down, 10 yards to go from the 25-yard line. And another penalty. We'll move it up to the 20-yard line. 5-yard penalty. So here we go, 1st and 15 for Camp Hill. And Schuster will put it in the air, and the pass is going to be incomplete, a little bit short, trying to make the diving catch for Camp Hill was Cam Oaks. But another penalty. So here we go again. And again and again with those penalty flags today. Now it's declined. So the ball will stay back at the 20-yard line.
3rd and 15.
So we'll bring up a 3rd down and 15 yards to go. 3rd and 15 for Camp Hill. And dropping back is Schuster and going long, and it is incomplete. Just over the outstretched arms of Oaks out at the 47-yard line of the Steamrollers, and it'll be 4th down for Camp Hill. 4th and a long way to go. We just saw our first punt moments ago. Now we're going to see the second punt. And there comes the kick, and it's going to bounce and roll, and finally roll out of bounds up at the 38-yard line.
Schuster's punt rolls out of bounds at the 41-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Steamrollers.
So that's where the Steamrollers will go to work. 1st down and 10 yards to go. 1st and 10, Steel High. 5:48 remaining here in the first half. And this is Flowers on the end around, and he's going to get stuffed at the 40-yard line behind the line of scrimmage.
Number 9, Makai Flowers, pulling the carry.
And Flowers is down, but he's getting up. Appears to be fine.
Official timeout.
So Flowers walks toward the sideline. He jumped up in a hurry. Okay, it landed on his hand. So, and now we have a penalty. So Flowers with the hand injury on the sideline, and we certainly hope it is okay.
That penalty moves the ball back to the 36. Second and 15.
Second down, 15 yards to go. And a very low snap picked up by Irby, and the pass is off, and a nice catch up to the 50-yard line. That's Damian Hammonds.
Irby's pass complete to number 2, Damian Hammonds. He's out to midfield. Brings up a third down and 1.
So it'll be a 3rd and 1 yard to go. 3rd down and a yard to go. And somebody moved. Apparently it was Camp Hill. At least it looked that way. And yep. March just went off against the Lions. And another whistle. And we'll see. This is a timeout. So a timeout on the field, and we will hold it right here. Okay, so like to remind you, today's live stream made possible by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. And the Rollers will be home next week for their final regular season game next Saturday, October 24th. It'll be Steel High taking on the Big Spring Bulldogs. And we'll have that game here on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, 11:45 a.m. Next Saturday, in the final regular season game here at War Memorial Field, at least as of now. Always possibility of playoff activity, and games can be added through November 28th of this 2020 season. And back, and the pass is up and incomplete. So it's an incomplete pass.
Second and 10 from the 45.
So we're looking at a second down and 10 yards to go from the 45-yard line. Irby is back. Irby has it off. It's going to be incomplete. He wanted to hit Odell Green.
Broken up by number 43, Elijah DeArmond.
Still with 4 minutes to go to halftime.
Third and 10 from the 45.
A 22-14 Steel High lead. First quarter was all offense, and other than the early second quarter, defenses have taken over here so far for the remainder of this quarter. And a penalty. I think it's delay of game. And we're back to the 50-yard line. That's Green in the backfield. 3rd And a long way to go for the Steamrollers. And here's Irby putting it up deep, and the pass is going to be incomplete. In and out of the hands of the receiver, but broken up nicely by Camp Hill.
Pass attempt incomplete. Fourth and long for the Steamrollers.
So the Rollers will be back to punt it away again.
Back to punt.
Low snap. And the kick is going to be straight up in the air. Is blocked.
But covered by number 15, Zakai Lewis. So it will be 1st and 10, Camp Hill from the Steamroller 45-yard line.
So here we go, 1st and 10 for the Rollers. And backing off the pass is complete and not much yardage. Down to the 45-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 8, Christian Joy. Flag on the play.
But guess what? Another flag. As the penalties continue to mount here. And this is going to be a big one.
Foul against the Lions.
The Lions called for the personal foul.
That backs it up to the 35-yard line.
Ball back at the 35.
1st and 30.
But it'll be a 1st down and 30 yards to go. 1st and 30 for the Lions, and they go for it, and the pass is going to be completed. Pass going to get a lot of that yardage back right there up to about the 49-yard line. Back close to the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 9 to pick up a 21. And this is Schuster rolling to the left. Now he's going to keep it and run out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And that is very close to 1st down yardage. Just a little bit short. Be about a 3rd and 1.
A 3rd and short.
Steel High holding on to a 22-14 lead. And Camp Hill has called time. And with a minute and 42 to go here in the first half, Steel High 22, Camp Hill 14. Today's live stream is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton.
Do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship. So why do they play?
My reason why is friendship.
Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association.
Welcome back to War Memorial Field in Steelton. Gary Klein, Matt Rock on the camera today, producing our video live stream for Mid-Penn Broadcasting. And this wild one, 22-14, is the Steamrollers lead. The quarterback keeper, and he's not going to get it. He's going to be brought down well short of the line of scrimmage. And barring a penalty, the Steamrollers will take over. I believe that was fourth down.
Ball on the 37 brings up a fourth down.
So that was third down. My apologies. Fourth down coming now. Fourth, and out it goes, and the pass is completed, and that will be the first down at the 31-yard line.
Pass was complete to number 32, Grant Besa. The flag on the play.
Here we go again with another flag. And it's going back. It's against the Lions.
That penalty pushes the ball back to the 49.
All the way back to the 49.
Brings up a fourth down and 15.
So 4th and 15. Fourth down, 15 yards to go. Long count, and there comes the punt, and it's going to go out of bounds.
Schuster's punt is out of bounds.
And we'll see where the officials ruled that it went out of bounds. Looks like maybe around the 35.
Ball is placed on the 33-yard line, where it'll be
33-yard line is where they'll put the football at the point that it went out. And there is the handoff, and that's Odell Green being brought to the ground by his shirt. Looks like Mekhi Flowers is in the ball game. But are we coming back again? Yes, we are. Oh, my. Unbelievable. With these it's on virtually every play. And this is Odell Green. He has a lot of running room, and he's got the first down over the 45-yard line to about the 44. No flags this time. And this is Irby back, and he floats it in the air, and the pass is going to be batted away as it was intended for Tyrone Moore. And it was Christian Doy who was right there to knock it away. And that was the final play of the first half. Final play of the first half, 22 to 14 is the Steel High lead as we go to halftime. And today's live stream on Mid-Penn Broadcasting is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. We'll be back with our halftime show, have a look at some first half numbers, and also take you around the league last night with the Mid-Penn scoreboard. here on MidPennBroadcasting.com.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Pennsylvania. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Here at the half, it is a 22-14 lead for Steel High over the Camp Hill Lions. 22-14, the Steel High lead at the half. And Steel High got on the board first, and so quickly, and I mean lightning quick, to start the game. Camp Hill tried the onside kick. It was recovered by Steel High, and then a 51-yard run by Odell Green on the first play from scrimmage made it 6-0. The extra point attempt was good at 11:47 to go in the first quarter. Then later on in the quarter, a 6-yard touchdown pass to Flowers made it 13-0 at the 7:20 mark. Extra point was good, and the Steamrollers led it by a score of 14-0. Well, Camp Hill battled back. A 62-yard touchdown pass to Cam Oakes made it a 14-6 ball game. The extra point attempt was good, and with 6:20 to go in the first quarter, the lead for Steel High was cut in half. The equalizer came 5 minutes later on a 44-yard touchdown pass from Schuster to Christian Doy, and that tied at 14-14 in the first quarter. That was at the 1:20 mark, and that's the way the first quarter came to an end, with Steel High and Camp Hill deadlocked at 14. Early second quarter, 11:01 mark, a 17-yard run by Odell Green put Steel High up 20-14. Steamrollers went for the 2-point conversion, and Tyrone Moore scored the 2-pointer on a pass from Irby, and that was 22-14. And things really calmed down over the last 11 minutes. Nobody else to get on the board at all. 22-14, the defenses took over. We actually saw punters for the first time. One thing that has remained consistent since the outset of the game is the enormous amount of penalties, really from both teams today. Just an enormous amount of penalties throughout the first half of play. But the Steamrollers right now hanging on to a 22-14 lead, looking for their fourth victory in a row to start the season. Camp Hill coming in at 2-0, so we should have a great second half coming your way. And we'll be back to take a look at the Mid-Penn scoreboard from last night, as we are at halftime. Steel High over Camp Hill, 22-14. And today's live stream on Mid-Penn Broadcasting brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton.
The debate about sports specialization by high school athletes continues. Some argue that high school athletes who play one sport all year long have a better chance of landing a lucrative pro contract. But that's simply not true. In fact, 30 of the 32 first-round picks in last year's NFL draft played more than one sport in high school. Of the 32 players drafted, 22 also participated in high school track and field. 19 also played basketball. Some also played baseball and lacrosse. What's the path to success for high school athletes here in Pennsylvania, no matter what their goals might be? Study hard. Always do your best. And if you can, play more than one sport in high school. This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
Steel High Steamrollers football on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. We are at halftime, a 22-14 lead for Steel High here at the half. And looking around the Mid-Penn from last night, the Middletown Blue Raiders down Boiling Springs by a score of 20-16 last night. Big Spring, next week's opponent, Okay, we'll start this again. All at once, our internet connection completely dropped. So we are back, and it happens occasionally. And so we are back. It just mysteriously disappears momentarily. Verizon has never told me why, but we'll go back to the scoreboard again as Middletown last night defeated Boiling Springs by a score of 20-16. The Big Spring Bulldogs over the Trinity Shamrocks. That was a final of 21-16 last night. Cedar Cliff was a 40-0 winner at Palmyra last night. State College was scheduled to play Carlisle, but that game has been postponed to Monday, and that due to some possible COVID exposure at State College, canceled or postponed as a precautionary measure, and the game is going to be played at Carlisle instead of State College on Monday night. Chambersburg came up with their first victory of the year last night, defeating Central Dauphin East by a score of 17-8. The Redland Patriots were 20-7 winners over the Lower Dauphin Falcons. The Bishop McDevitt Crusaders crushed the once mighty Cumberland Valley Eagles by a score of 45-10. It was Mechanicsburg, a big winner over Susquehanna Township by a score of 40-7. Shippensburg came up with their first victory last night, defeating the West Perry Mustangs by a score of 20-6. The Central Dauphin Rams roll on a 49-20 victory at Altoona last night. The Hershey Trojans came away with a 24-14 victory over Mifflin County. The East Pennsboro Panthers upset the previously undefeated Waynesboro Indians 40-28. It was the Northern Polar Bears defeating Greencastle by a score of 34-27. Susquehanna was a 34-6 winner over the James Buchanan Rockets in Mercersburg last night. As far as games today, kicked off about a half hour ago, J.P. McCaskey at Harrisburg. Harrisburg able to pick up that game on their schedule, and they're playing McCaskey. They're working toward getting those 4 games in to have a chance to qualify for the playoffs. And Upper Dauphin will be at Halifax, and that is a 6 p.m. kickoff tonight. We are at halftime at Steel High with the Steel High Steamrollers leading Camp Hill 22-14. And today's live stream brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton on midpennbroadcasting.com and the sportspage.blog.
Honey, isn't it amazing?
What?
The sacrifice, the dedication, the grit. I mean, they really set an example, don't they?
Oh, well, no question. Today's high school athletes are truly special.
Not the athletes.
Well, who?
The officials.
Oh.
Today's student athletes are truly special. But there's something pretty great about the men and women who officiate their games, too. Like the way they're giving back to their communities. Officiating is a terrific way to stay in shape, meet new people, and stay connected to the game you love. But the biggest reason of all? We need more qualified high school officials here in Pennsylvania. And without them, the rest of us would have a whole lot less to cheer about. High school games need officials. High school sports need you.
Great call, Ralph.
Yeah.
Interested in becoming a licensed high school official? Go to highschoolofficials.com to learn more and begin the application process.
Halftime here at Steel High with the Steamrollers out in front in this one by a score of 22-14. Gary Clyde, thanks for joining us this afternoon as we've got a real good one, maybe marred by some penalties. We don't have the numbers on it, but there has just been, it seems like a constant amount of yellow flags throughout the game, throughout the first half today. And if anything, I think both teams would like to cut down on that in the second half. But I'll tell you, we still have a game that is very much in doubt here at halftime this afternoon as Steel High grabbed the early lead at 14-0. Game became tied at 14. Steel High got the lead in the early part of the second quarter, and then things kind of changed. The defense has tightened up. And from the 11-minute mark of the second quarter on, neither Steel High or Camp Hill could get into that end zone. And a reminder that we'll be back here next Saturday for the Steel High game with the Big Spring Bulldogs. And also next Friday night, 4 games on Mid-Penn Broadcasting, all in the Harrisburg area, or most in the Harrisburg area. Chambersburg is traveling to Cumberland Valley next Friday night. Greencastle at East Pennsboro on Friday night, October 23rd. Waynesboro will be at Mechanicsburg, while Shippensburg travels to West Perry. All of those games can be seen at midpennbroadcasting.com, and that is coming up on Friday, October the 23rd. And then next Saturday, the 24th, we'll be back here at War Memorial Field to watch the Steel High Steamrollers and Big Spring Bulldogs in a Capital Division matchup here in Steelton. And, geez, we said it before, but just a beautiful autumn afternoon, fall football weather. And finally, next week, we'll be seeing some Big Ten football, too, as they are slated to finally get underway next weekend. So it's good to see college football. Well, it has been back in some conferences, but the Big Ten getting back to football. Steel High currently the number 2 ranked team in single A behind the 5-0 DeLone Catholic. Camp Hill coming in today was ranked at number 1 in double A. The number 1 rated team. They've only played 2 games. They have not played a football game the last, I think it may be 2 weeks, as they missed that. Yeah, they have not played since the 2nd of October, and they had to be postponed due to some COVID cases, but they're back on the field today, and I'm sure very happy to be back, and we are ready to bring you second half action as the kickoff is bobbled at the 20-yard line, but picked up once again by Camp Hill, and brought down at the 15-yard line is Peter Shalap. On the return, he had nowhere to go, and it will be Camp Hill deep in their own territory to start the third quarter. 18-yard line is where they spot the football, and Camp Hill on the short end of a 22-14 score. As we get set to go with quarterback Daniel Schuster. And Schuster will pitch it back and trying to break it around the left side and not getting much of anywhere. Maybe back near the line of scrimmage. That is Shalep. Going to spot the ball at just over the 15 at about the 16-yard line, a loss of a yard. Long count by Schuster, and Schuster will drop back and put it in the air, incomplete, as it was intended for Patrick Becker, and the pass falls incomplete. And that's going to bring up a third down and about 12 yards to go for the Camp Hill Lions. 3 receivers. Trips to the right out in the corner of your screen. And dropping back, the pass is up. It's complete, but virtually no yardage whatsoever. A few yards, but it's still going to bring up a fourth down and about 10 yards to go.
Camp Hill out for the 19, brings up a 4th and 9.
And Camp Hill will be punting this one away, and there is the snap and the kick, and it's going to bounce and roll and be down at the 44-yard line.
It's down at the 44. Maybe the 45.
And that's where Steel High will go to work. Just a little over a half a field to pay, or a little under half a field to pay dirt. And that's Irby on your screen. And now Green comes around, and the handoff to Odell is up over the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Couple of yards on the play. That's going to bring up a second down, 8 yards to go, and that's Flowers moving over, and they'll hand it off to Flowers. He tries to break it around the left side, but is going to be knocked down at the 45-yard line.
to the 47. Bring up a 3rd down and 8.
So 3rd and 8, pick up of just another yard on the play. 3rd down and 8. Yards have been tough to come by since the second quarter for both teams. And Irby will drop it back, and he'll get it up and get it complete at the 50-yard line. And that's the 40. And finally being brought down at the 35-yard line is Tyrone Moore. So Tyrone Moore with the catch and nice run. And that gives the Steamrollers a 1st down with 9:07 remaining to be played in the 3rd quarter with a 22-14 lead over Camp Hill. So it's 1st and 10, a brand new fresh set of downs for the Rollers. And there is the handoff and over the 30 and down to the 25-yard line. That is
Steamrollers out to the 26.
That is Tyrone Moore.
Bring up a 2nd down and 2.
2nd down and 2 yards to go now after the 8-yard run. And the motion coming from the left. And there's a flag. I think that's the first one here in the second half. And it's going to go against the Rollers as they back it up 5 yards. Here's Irby. Fakes a handoff and gets it out to Flowers. And Flowers will get it down to the 29-yard line, where it's going to be a 3rd down for the Steamrollers. Third down, Steel High. And there's another flag. Second on this series. And it's against the Rollers. So they'll roll it back another 5 yards. .708 in the 3rd quarter. Steel High with a 22-14 lead. Facing now a 3rd down and 9 yards to go. And this is Irby, and he is going deep, and the pass is going to be incomplete. Well covered, intended for Flowers.
Irby's pass is headed for number 2, Damian Hammonds.
Or excuse me, that was intended for Hammonds.
Bring up a 4th down and 9.
It'll be a 4th and 9 now for the Rollers. 4th down. 9 yards to go. And Irby again will be back, pumps once, rolls to his right, and the pass is off, and it is incomplete.
Incomplete. Lions will take over on downs.
So Camp Hill takes over as Steel High unable to come up with the big 4th down play. And it will be Lions football. Today's live stream is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. And And dropping back and getting the pass off, up and good with a penalty flag. It is complete to Cam Oakes at the 45-yard line of the Rollers. But a penalty flag dropped at the 46-yard line, and we'll see what that's about. Looks like they're moving forward. So it's a first down at the 45. That's Camp Hill into steamroller territory. And there's the quick pass and completed 30, 25, 20, 10, and into the end zone for a touchdown. And once again, Cam Oakes.
Number 32, Grant Besa, is into the end zone.
Or make that, no, it's number 32, they're saying, Grant Besa, so 32. Into the end zone, and it's now a 2-point ball game, 45 yards. 45 yards to Grant Besa. And I'll tell you, he was, no one around him. He broke coverage, and it was an easy ride into the end zone. And that comes at the 6:14 mark. And now the 2-point attempt. And the toss, the pass is up, and it's not going to be good. It was into a steal high. Intercepted it, but
the 2-point conversion is no good.
It'll get down as a failed conversion at 6:14. 45-yard touchdown pass. Makes it a 2-point ball game. Grant Besa on the receiving end. In the third quarter. So a 22-20. This game has just tightened up even more. 22-20 is the Camp Hill lead. Wow, two great high school football teams battling it out this afternoon. We thought in the beginning this was going to be a wild free-scoring affair, but not the case. The onside and kick is recovered again by Steele High at the 40-yard line.
Number 5, Tyrone Moore.
Tyrone Moore jumped on it, and now Steele High will go to work with the 22-20 lead. We are at the 6:12 mark of quarter number 3. And this is Irby, and Odell Green finds a hole, and he'll get up to near midfield at the 50-yard line.
Number 4, Odell Green on the carry. He's out to the 49, brings up a second down and 1.
49 is where the spot of the football comes.
Green on the carry again.
So it's Green carrying the football.
First and 10, Steamrollers.
So it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Steamrollers from that spot. And they'll get it up to about the 40-yard line.
Green, your ball carrier. He's out to the 40. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
2nd and 3. 2nd and 3 now for the Rollers. And there's the Flowers with the handoff, but nothing doing, not much, as Camp Hill was there to meet it. Handoff, and wow, this is Green, and my goodness, did they read that? Camp Hill, right there.
Odell Green on the carry, brought down in his own backfield by number 57, Ben Mullen.
That was Ben Mullen, number 57.
Ball to 41, brings up
40.
4th down and 4.
And 4th and 4, there's a flag. And as the PA announcer says, more laundry. More laundry. Going to be a bag full of those to take to the laundromat tonight. And now it's a 1st down for the Rollers as a result of the penalty. And this is Irby. He's got it off, but it's overthrown.
Pass intended for Hammond is incomplete. More laundry.
He wanted to hit Damian Hammonds, and again, more laundry. And this one is going back. This was against Steel High. Back-to-back penalties on consecutive plays.
Ineligible man downfield on the Steamrollers.
Ineligible receiver.
41,
So the,
1st and 15.
so the ball back to the 41. It's now 1st and 15. And there is Odell Green. He tries to find some room, but it is going to be brought down for a loss back at the 40. He had nowhere to go. This Camp Hill defense has really become stingy. At Steel High, Rollers having trouble moving the ball. And there is Green again, and he'll get it back to the 35-yard line.
Green on the carry.
But that's going to bring up a 3rd down. We're looking at 3rd down and about 8 yards to go. And the handoff once again and up the middle. This is Green, and this time he battles his way for the 1st down to the 25-yard line.
For 1st down, ball is placed at the 24. 1st and 10, Steamrollers.
So it's a 24-yard line, and Steel High marching toward the end zone. And there's a flag and a good run down to about the 15-yard line. And that was Damian Hammonds, but hey, I believe it's going to be coming back. And here we go. Let's march it back up. Back to the 29-yard line.
That penalty moves the ball back to the 29.
So it'll be a first down and 15 yards to go. And the handoff again to Odell, and he'll get it up to near the 25-yard line at about the 26. Odell Green with a little play action from Irby, and
Irby dropped his own backfield.
And it was Irby tackled for a loss.
Ball on the 31.
We're coming down a minute 33 to go here in the third quarter. 3rd and 17 now for the Rollers. 3rd and 17. This is Irby dropping back and going deep. He's got the pass off. It's batted away. Knocked away. Well covered. 4 Camp Hill defenders right around the ball.
Pass intended for number 5.
Tyrone Moore was the intended receiver, but it's a 4th down. Inside a minute at 59.6 seconds. And once again, dropping back is Irby. He passes it, and he has it off and complete, but it's going to be short of first down yardage. He hit Flowers, Tyrone Moore, but it's not going to be enough for the first down. As again, that swarming Camp Hill defense there to stop it.
Unable to convert.
And Camp Hill will take over on downs with 49 seconds to go in the third quarter. 22-20 is the Steel High lead. And now in trouble is Schuster, a flag, and he's knocked out at the 5-yard line. And yeah, you're exactly. Face mask, more than likely. Or a holding call. And the ball back to the 5-yard line, holding on Camp Hill.
Ball is placed on the 6.
And now standing just short of the goal line, that is Schuster. And Schuster drops back and throws, looking for his man, but it is incomplete as he tries to hit Peter Schlepp.
Schuster's pass is incomplete. Bring up a 2nd down and 19.
2nd and 19 to go. Camp Hill backed up toward their own end zone, but we've had an offensive fireworks give way to a defensive struggle really since the opening moments of the second quarter. And there's the pass that is up, and it's going to fall incomplete. as he tried to hit his favorite target, Cam Oakes. And it was incomplete. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 19 yards to go as Camp Hill boxed in near their own end zone, unable to do much of anything. It has to punt the ball back to the Rollers. And the Rollers should get excellent field position, and that's a kick that is pretty weak. It goes out of bounds just over the 20-yard line. So this is not what you want if you're Camp Hill. So not much yardage at all, and Steel High is going to be just 20 yards away from the end zone. 1st and 10, 21. Actually, the 21-yard line is where the spot comes. 13.7 seconds left, and there's a handoff. 10, 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown. That is Odell Green. Odell Green, 21-yard touchdown run. So, and that comes with just 7.6 seconds remaining in the quarter. Extra point attempt is coming. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's now a 29-22 score ball game.
Your score, Camp Hill 20, Steel High 29.
And this was a 21-yard run from Odell Green. And a 29-20 lead now for the Steel High Steamrollers. So now Steel High will kick it off again, but that big defensive stand by Steel High with Camp Hill backed up near their own end zone. And then as a result of that, got the excellent field position on a very weak punt by Camp Hill. And now a 9-point ball game. And here is the kick. And it's coming and taken at the 21-yard line and returned to about the 30-yard line by Cam Oakes. And this is where Steel High, or Camp Hill, will go to work. Maybe time for one more play here in the third quarter. And there's a snap, and it's beyond the quarterback, Schuster. And is he ever in trouble? And he is going to be knocked down where they stop the progress. It looks like it's going to be about the 10-yard line. On the snap, Schuster lost it, and that's going to turn into a huge loss. And that is the final play of the third quarter with the score. Steel High 29 and Camp Hill 20. Today's live stream is brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is love for the game. My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship, and most of those are worth far less than the cost of tuition. So, Why do they play?
My reason why is commitment.
My reason why is friendship.
A sense of purpose, love for the game, to help others, friendship. There are lots of great reasons to play high school sports and to participate in other high school activities like cheerleading, debate, and music. Tell us your reason using the hashtag #MyReasonWhy.
This message presented by the NFHS and the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Steelton today. War Memorial Field. And Steel High with a 29-20 lead here. It's now 2nd and 25 for Camp Hill, and the pass is off and completed, running sideways and getting knocked out of bounds at the far side of the field on the complete pass to Christian Dorier.
No gain on the play will bring up a third.
And this will bring up a 3rd down and 25 yards to go. 3rd and 25. And dropping back is Schuster. He has it off, and did he stay in bounds? He made the catch at the 40, and he did. Yes, it is complete. And that's Cam Oakes again. And it's going to be, I believe, enough for the first down. Now they're saying no. Well, now they're backing it up. Yep, they did move the sticks up and now move them back. Wow. So it'll be a 4th down and a yard to go from the 40, just shy of first down. Camp Hill will be going for it out of the shotgun. And dropping back, the pass is off, and it is complete as it gets up near midfield to about the 49-yard line. So now, and Peter Kalep with the first down.
Lions out to their own 49, which is good for a Camp Hill first down.
The 49-yard line. Camp Hill in their own territory, trailing by 9, 29-20. And Daniel Schuster once again drops back. He has it off and has it completed at the 40, 41. But there is a flag. It was completed to Dorier, but a flag down. What else is new? I would like to get a count on the number of penalties today. How much penalty yardage? But I would think may have gotten your 10,000 steps in today just by walking off penalties. And here is the fake handoff, and the pass is up, and it is intercepted by the Steamrollers. Intercepted at the 45-yard line.
Schuster's pass is intercepted by the Steamrollers.
See if we can pick up.
Number 9, Makai Flowers on that interception.
So it was Flowers. Micaiah Flowers with the interception. And now the Steamrollers will go to work at 10.5 minutes remaining here in the football game this afternoon. And there is the handoff. This is Flowers around to the left and accompanied by penalty flags. 2 flags on the field. Yeah. Yeah, right. Goodness. And this one is going to be marched off against the Rollers. And there is the pass out to Flowers again, 30, 35, 40. And down to the 44-yard line. Guess what? A penalty on the play. So Mekhi Flowers with the ball. And the penalty flag came at the end of the play. But face mask, steel high. So the offense is charged with the face mask, and this will
move the ball back to the 29.
So back to the 29 it goes.
Second and 19.
So it's going to be second and long. And there is the handoff, Odell Greed. And Greed just carries Camp Hill defenders with him. They can't bring him down. His forward progress is finally stopped at about the 37-yard line. And here is the handoff again. It's Odell Greed up over the 40 to the 41-yard line. The ball up to the 41. And now another penalty. And this one's going to go against the Steamrollers. They were drawn off by Camp Hill. And let's move it back another 5.
Don't forget, fans, we encourage you to keep wearing your mask and also observe the social distancing guidelines. 6 feet. Appreciate it.
And there's the snap, the kick coming. And it's going to bounce and roll. And boy, what a kick this has turned out to be. All the way down to about the 1-yard line. And that came from back. Let's see, that was all the way back to the goal line. He punted that from, the punt came from the 35-yard line. So that's, or the line of scrimmage was the 35, 15, and plus almost to the goal line. Down to the 10, about a 55-yard punt. And there is the pass that is complete, but only to about the 5-yard line. So it'll be a 2nd down and 9, a pickup of 1. And again, here's the pass out of the end zone, and it's up and it's complete to about the 20-yard line. Cam Oates is on the receiving end for Camp Hill. 7:22 remaining in the ball game. A 29-20 lead for the Steel High Steamrollers. It'll be a 1st down and 10 yards to go. And dropping back, the pass is off, and it is going to be incomplete and almost intercepted by Steel High. Looks like Flowers broke it up. So it'll be a 2nd down, 10 yards to go from the 20-yard line. And rolling out, the pass is up, and this time it is tipped and intercepted by Flowers. And Flowers down the sideline, and he's going to be out of bounds. And that's Flowers with another interception today. And he's going to be out at around the 10-yard line. So it's the 9-yard line is where the spot of the football comes. It was tapped and right into Flowers' arms, and now Steel High knocking on the door again. Odell Green up the middle, and he's it's touchdown. Had to wait for the call. So Odell Green with another touchdown from 9 yards out. And Steel High now moves its lead to 35-20. With 6:52 to go. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. And that'll make it a 16-point ball game. 6:52 to go in the 4th quarter. Now on that 9-yard run by Odell Green. (36-20). So now Steel High to kick it back to Camp Hill. Today's live stream on Mid-Penn Broadcasting brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. And here is the kick coming up, end over end, taken by the Lions at the 25-30, and going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. And on the return for Camp Hill, it'll be at the 35-yard line. First and 10 for Camp Hill. Camp Hill cut it to 2, but now 2 unanswered scores from Steel High. Timeout on the field with the score. Steel High 36, Camp Hill 20 on the F&M Trust, the Sports Network. And today's game brought to you by St. Lawrence Club of Steelton.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Pennsylvania, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who play high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
So why do teenagers play high school sports?
My reason why is a sense of purpose.
My reason why is to inspire others.
One reason student athletes seldom mention is to get an athletic scholarship. They know that only 2% of all high school athletes are awarded a sports scholarship.
And here we go with the 1st and 10 play. And guess what? A flag as we try to get to the 34-yard line. And this one is going against Camp Hill. So let's move it back. To about the 22-yard line. 6:23 to go in the football game. And rolling left and getting sacked back at the 10-yard line is Schuster.
Number 5, Daniel Schuster dropped and goes backfield by number 75, Kyler Ray Williams.
And again, Kyler Ray Williams with the sack back to the 5-yard line. And rolling and trying to get out of trouble and getting it off and incomplete at the 15-yard line. 5:45 to go in our football game. And it is a 36-20 lead for Steel High. So it'll be a 3rd down and 31 yards to go. And going to the air, and the pass is up to the 20-yard line. He's inbounds. It will be complete. But that's well short, naturally, of the 1st down. And now they're saying incomplete. Yep. It looked like he did have it over on the sideline. And actually, I think he did make the catch and lost it, out of bounds. And here comes the kick. It's going to come and bounce at the 50 and take a little bit of a Camp Hill roll. Back to the 46-yard line.
At the 47-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10, Steamrollers.
So Steel High will go to work with the short field as they're already in Camp Hill territory. So here's Irby And he'll hand it off to Odell Green. And this time they bring Green to the ground after a short pickup.
Brought down by a host of Lions.
So the ball now up at the 49-yard line.
49 brings up a second down and 12.
And here we go back, and the pass is off, and that is going to be completed, but for no gains and a loss to Flowers.
Number 12, Cam Oaks.
Kicking down to 4:34 remaining in this one.
Steamroller territory at the 48.
48-yard line is the spot of the football.
Third down and 15.
So it'll be a 3rd and a 15 for Steel High. And Irby going deep, and it's going to be incomplete, broken up by number 12. It was intended for Flowers, broken up by Cam Oaks. So 4th and 15. At this point, Steel High look for them just to kick the football away. And there's the snap. And there comes the kick. And it's running out on the return. Camp Hill will get it out over the 30-yard line. Christian Dorier with the return. So 1st and 10 now for Camp Hill at the 34. Coming down under 4 minutes remaining here this afternoon. And this will be Schuster. And Schuster still has it rolling to the right. He has it up. It's going to be incomplete out at about midfield. That will bring up a 2nd down. 2nd and 10. So another stoppage of play here. We have another flag. Another face mask. Okay. We are racking up the penalty yards today. And there's the handoff and up to about the 40-yard line.
Number 32, Grant Besa.
And that's Besa on the carry this time.
Ball out to the 40. It's 2nd down and 4.
So it'll be a 2nd and 4, 3:25 to go in the football game. And there's the pass off, and he has got it complete at the 45-yard line for the 1st down. So a 1st down for Camp Hill. Peyton Shore on the receiving end of it. And dropping back pass off, and it is up and incomplete is the call. Although Patrick Becker So it'll be a second down. 2:55 remaining to be played here this afternoon. Passes off and completed down the sideline to the 40-yard line. Patrick Shore again on the receiving end of the pass. Dropping back to pass, Schuster has it overthrown just shy of the 30-yard line.
Schuster's pass attempt is incomplete. We'll bring up a second down and 10.
So a 2nd and 10. As this game approaches the 2.5-hour mark. And back, the pass is off and is completed up to the 34-yard line. And another completion by Schuster. And on the receiving end of that is Peyton Shore once again.
Now Steamrollers.
And the Steamrollers take time out on this third down play. And as the PA announcer reminds the crowd, we will remind you that we will be back next Saturday when Steel High will host the Big Spring Bulldogs at 12 noon. And you can watch it right here on Mid-Penn Broadcasting next Saturday at 12 noon. Steel High and Big Spring on Mid-Penn Broadcasting. And there's the pass that is off and completed. And forward progress should give it the first down. And on the receiving end is Oaks. And that's Flowers down again. And Flowers walking off, and another big day for Mackay. And very quickly passes up into the corner of the end zone and incomplete. Incomplete. (36-20). Steel High leads it down to 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this game. And Schuster back. He's rolling, still rolling to his right, and has it up and incomplete. And that's third down and 10 yards to go. And the clock not moving very fast with all these passes. We're only down to 2:13. Marathon game here today in Steel High. with that 36-20 lead. And dropping back, and that pass is going to be completed. And on the receiving end of it is number 6, Patrick Becker. So Becker and a first down for the Lions at 2:05 to go in the ball game. And Schuster dropping back, and he is going to be sacked. He was looking for a receiver, and two Steel High defenders right there. Number 56, and that was Eugene Green and Kyler Ray William again. And we've called his name a lot today on defense.
And we're headed to the laundromat.
1:52 to go in the game. And we're going to get another penalty marched off. Back to the 28-yard line.
That penalty puts the ball on the 28.
Second down and about 20 yards to go. Schuster has it off, and he's got it complete. That is Becker into the end zone for the touchdown. So with 1:39 to go, and the ball was on the 28-yard line, a 28-yard touchdown to Becker, and Camp Hill was still alive. So they made the pass to Becker and turned around, got into the end zone. It's a timeout for Camp Hill. They're obviously going to go for the two-pointer here. That's the only shot they'll have. And this score comes with a minute and 35 to go. "28-yard TD from Schuster to Patrick Becker. And that'll make the score 36-26. With a two-point conversion, Camp Hill, it's just one score down. Would have a chance to score and do two. That's why this two-point conversion is so important right here. Can make it a one-point score ball game again if they are able to push it across. And there's Schuster standing in the shotgun, dropping back, and throws it, and the pass is going to be, I believe, incomplete or intercepted, a downed roller there, so it fails. Two-point conversion has failed, and that will make it 36-26 as the two-point failed. So it's a 36-26 ball game, 10-point lead for Steel High. So Camp Hill most likely will come out and do the onside kick. here from the fourth. Lions get set to kick it away. And it is the onside kick. It's going to be out of bounds, so it should be Steel High ball.
The onside kick falls short.
So the Rollers will take over and should be able to run the clock out right here.
Ball is spotted on the 48.
48-yard line is where the football is, 48-yard line.
Penalty advances the ball to the 43.
Oh, another penalty to the 43-yard line. And there is a handoff. Odell Green getting up over the 40 to about the 37-yard line. We're down to 1 minute 20 seconds to go. And the handoff once again to Green. And forward progress stopped. Inside a minute to play. And today's live stream has been brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton, making Steamroller football possible on Mid-Penn Broadcasting. 3rd down and 7, Odell Green. And Green down to the 35. We're inside of 25 seconds to go. Steel High will improve to 4-0. Camp Hill falling to 2 wins and 1 loss, as the Steamrollers are going to make it 4 in a row to start this 2020 season. And that is the ball game. And the Steelton High Spire Steamrollers defeat the Camp Hill Lions by a score of 36-26. And the day started very quickly for Steel High in the first quarter. A 51-yard run from Odell Green, and the point after good. And that came on the first play from scrimmage, and it gave Steel High a 7-0 lead. The Steamrollers would go on to make that 13-0 on a 6-yard touchdown pass from quarterback Irby to Mackay Flowers with 7:20 to go the first quarter. Point after good, 14-0 Steel High. Camp Hill came back on a 62-yard pass from quarterback Daniel Schuster as he hit Cam Oakes at the 6:20 mark of the first quarter, and that cut the lead to 14-7. And then a 44-yard touchdown pass from Schuster to Christian Dorier, and that tied the ball game after the extra point attempt. And it was with 1:20 to go in the first quarter, tied at 14. Then in the second quarter, 11:01 mark, early moments of the second quarter, a 17-yard run from Odell Green, and the Steamrollers went for the 2-point conversion. It was successful, and it made the score 22-14. And that's the only scoring for the rest of the half, and no more scoring until the third quarter at the 6:14 mark. 45-yard pass to Grant Bossier, and the 2-point conversion failed. but Camp Hill had moved to within 2 points of the Rollers with the score at 22-20. Then in the closing moments of the third quarter, 7.6 seconds left, another run from Odell Green, this one of 26 yards, and that made the score 29-20 in favor of Steel High. That's the way the third quarter ended. Fourth quarter, a 9-yard run from, yes, once again, Odell Green made it 36-20. Camp Hill, and that came at the 6:52 mark. Camp Hill at 1:35 to go in the ball game. Schuster hit Patrick Becker for a 28-yard touchdown pass. 2-point conversion failed, and that's the way the game ended, with Steel High winning today by a score of 36-26. And today's game has been a production of Mid-Penn Broadcasting and Steel High Steamrollers football today, brought to you by the St. Lawrence Club of Steelton. Our camera operator has been Matt Rock. And a reminder to join us here next Saturday afternoon at 12 noon, 11:45 a.m. broadcast time, when the Steamrollers will host the Big Spring Bulldogs. I'm Gary Clyde, thanking you for joining us today. And once again, our final score from War Memorial Field in Steelton. The Steel High Steamrollers win this one 36-26 over the Camp Hill Lions. Have a great afternoon and a great weekend.